Hello friends, and thank you for joining me on this premiere video. This is the first time I'm trying this. If everything is going well, there should be a chat window, like there, or maybe there. Like, I'm not really sure where, but hopefully we're there and we're chatting and we're chit-chatting and everything's cool, and you're like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, hey, what's up? And we're all great. So if you don't know, if you're coming across this and you have no idea who the heck I am, my name's David. I'm an INFJ. I like to talk about stuff. I like to be a little ridiculous from time to time, and here I am, right? So in this video, I wanted to talk about 16 personalities as animals. Okay, so there's a couple of memes about this, and they all have some kind of variation as far as what type is what and everything, but some of the ones have common threads. And so I picked one that I saw all over the place, and it was on Pinterest and everywhere else, and I'm going to kind of be going through some of those. I have a few things to say about some of the other types, and what I really want to know is if you are one of the types that's in there and you're watching and you disagree with the animal that was chosen for you, please write in the comments what you think your animal would be, or one that is representative of you as a person and your personality. So that should be fun. I'm going to save INFJ for last. Only because I have a few things to say about the animal that was chosen with this particular meme, because I disagree with it, because I'm a little cranky about it, because it's wrong. So we're going to talk about that. First things first, here's an intro that I'm desperately trying to get the audio levels correct on. I apologize if I burst your eardrums on it. Let's try this again. Here we go. Do 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 do. I'm redoing the song as just me. If you haven't noticed, do 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 wah. I hope that was better. It may not be better. All right, well, at least your eardrums are fine now, people, and stop complaining. I'm working on redoing the intro. I apologize that I've made you deaf and now you have tinnitus and you're not going to be able to hear your grandchildren talking to you in the future and all that stuff. I'll do better. So here we are, 16 personalities as animals. All right, so I'm going to go through these one at a time. And before I start, if you have no idea what the 16 personality thing is referring to, Myers-Briggs typing theory and all that kind of stuff, cognitive processes and INFJ stuff and everything else, please, pretty please, don't be a Kelly Schlumberger. If you don't catch that reference, watch the last video. You'll get it. And look it up, right? So there's a link probably somewhere in the description down there where you can take the test. My favorite test is the human metrics one. 16personalities.com has one that's, I like that one just as a starter because it's a little bit quicker. But the human metrics one I found is the better one that shows you all of the different percentages and levels of what you are. And I think it just resonates a little bit better, for me at least. Now, I say this all the time. Cognitive theory and personality are two separate things. So, as an INFJ, I have a specific personality, and that's part of my behavior. It's upbringing, it's experiences, and all of those things shape it. So, two INFJs will have the same thought processes, the same cognitive process, but we can be different people. And that's something to really keep in mind. You're not pigeonholed into 16 distinct personalities. The world would be very, very boring if that were the case. Because I have intuition and external feeling, I tend to have certain types of behavior that are more prominent and will be in common with another INFJ. If you are one of my beautiful, lovely E-types out there, extroverts are cool, people. Extroverts are cool. We need them. Don't be an INFJ that doesn't like extroverts. But if you are, obviously, you are going to have less in common because as an extrovert, you're going to get tired when you are by yourself. As an introvert, I love it. It's so great. Solitude. So let's run through this list of personality types as animals. And again, if you disagree with one of these, please, pretty please, put it in the comments and let us know why. Also, in the chat window, hey, what's up? I know this is weird because I'm recording this early, but I'm there now. It's kind of like a Back to the Future vibe. Just saying. First up on this list is the ENTJ. And this particular meme shows them as king of the jungle. All right, bro. If that's what you want to be, that's cool. I don't know. A lot of these, I'll be honest, I don't know enough about these specific personalities, really digging into their cognitive functions to say one way or another if they are incorrect. I go off of the people that I know, and I honestly don't know many ENTJs, or at least not people that are claiming to be ENTJs. It's just not really a thing, probably because I don't associate with too many extroverts, just naturally because that's what I do. Moving on to the INTJ. This one shows them as a tiger, and honestly, I know a few INTJs. Well, I'm down with this one. Yeah, because there is actually a grace about INTJs and their thought process and how they are so rooted in themselves and what they like and enjoy. And they're very principled people. And that's usually something that I've come across, at least with all of the ones that I've known. And so I would say that yes, as a tiger, probably a pretty good estimation of an INTJ. Also, if you piss them off a little bit, they'll bite your face off. Yeah, they will. They got claws, man. INTJs have claws, but they're also like sweet and you want to pet them. They're nice. They are. Next up is the ENTP, charming and clever. I mean, I don't know, man. There's different people out there. So just like INFJs, there's INFJs out there that are awful human beings. There's ENTPs out there that are awful human beings. I would say in most cases, charming and clever, probably spot on. I mean, that's at least my estimation for the few ENTPs that I run into and talked and gotten to know. Lovely people, those ENTPs. Now, the INTP, wise and calm. This one's wrong, folks. I don't know. I know a couple of INTPs, one that I know very, very well. And honestly, I think they're more like a platypus. I'll tell you why. Platypus. Because it can be kind of weird. And platypus is kind of weird. I think when it was first like discovered, they weren't like they put it in like a paper, like a newspaper type of thing, like this species of whatever this thing is has been discovered, and people were like, no, that's a hoax. Like somebody's making it up. So they can be a little weird like that. Also, they're venomous. Yeah. I mean, INTPs they're really interesting. You guys, if you're an INTP out there, I am fascinated by you, truly. But let me know. I could be totally wrong. And maybe you're not a platypus. Platypuses are cool though. Platypi? Platypuses or platypi? I don't know. I don't even know. Well, I have Australian viewers. One of my Aussie friends, please let me know. What is the plural of platypus? I'm sure the comment section and the chat section right now is probably going to be going berserk with this. Just let me know because I have no idea. All right. So moving on. ESTJ. Aggressive. I don't know. Maybe see, this is the problem with memes in general. And so while they're entertaining, and they're just that. This is just personality entertainment and just something that's open for discussion. Now, I don't know, man, just referring to an entire personality set of people as aggressive is it's aggressive. I mean, it is. So I don't know if I would agree with this one, but you let me know, man, if there's something that you think would be better fitting for our ESTJ friends. Go there. I think the person who made these memes they didn't really like the J people too much. I think that's what's going on. Further proved by this next one, the ISTJ. A snapping turtle? Really? For the ISTJ? And this says slow but tough. I don't know. I have a couple of ISTJ acquaintances and people that I've talked to just very briefly. And I know that some of you are watching this and you are that ISTJ. Please, pretty please, put it in the comments. Do you agree are you a snapping turtle? Like, would you bite somebody's foot off if they put it near you? I don't know. Snapping turtles are terrifying. Like, you ever see that turtle guy? The turtle guy, like, he goes and he's like, the live action, that guy would, or whatever, he does that thing, and then he gets into murky water and he just feels around the bottom for like a giant snapping turtle, and then he just picks it up. That's terrifying. It's nightmare fuel, man. Nightmare fuel. The ESTP is coming up as a hyena. What? Subtle and opportunistic? Pipe in if you're an ESTP out there. I need to know. I need to know if you think you are this thing, because I'm not sure if I really agree with that labeling you subtle and opportunistic. I mean, you're basically saying every single ESTP out there is kind of a narcissist, and that's not fair at all. That's a little aggressive, right? I don't know who makes these memes. This is why I have a problem with it. And I have the biggest problem with the INFJ one, to be perfectly honest. I'm going to lay that one. I'm going to level that one later. The ISTP is coming up as secretive and unpredictable. Is that what it said? Secretive and unpredictable. Again, I'm not sure. Do you agree or disagree? Do you think it is secretive and unpredictable as an ISTP? I mean, I can kind of see some of that. All right, so you're introverted, and that generally is going to be a little bit more of that internal, and you're quieter, and so on and so forth. Sure that thinking part of it being pretty prominent. I don't know. Again, this is one of those things where it's like, can we dovetail the meme to real life that accurately? And so I would say I don't really have too much of an opinion on this one because I don't know enough of them. I haven't sat down and spoken with enough of them. The only thing I see about a lot of these types are the memes, and that's wrong. It is wrong to form your opinion off of a meme, because that's why people walk around thinking that INFJs are Jedis. We're not Jedis, people. You're not a Padawan. You can't move stuff with your mind. You cannot predict what a stranger across the world is going to say that you haven't met and haven't talked to ever. Slow your roll. Slow your roll. The ENFJ, loyal and affectionate. Spot on. Spot on, and they are just like a golden retriever. I really think so. Kind of bounding around and just happy and helping people and all that kind of stuff. I adore my ENFJ friends. I really do. And these are good people. Couple of them floating around on the Discord, by the way, and I'll try and put the link down there for the Discord if I remember. And so please join us out there if you are at all interested in being a creative and all that kind of stuff, and hang out with some of our resident extroverts there. You know who I'm talking to. These are good people. The ENFP as spontaneous and creative. I can definitely see that for ENFPs, at least for the ones that I've known. That spontaneity, yeah. And I think with any extrovert, you're going to have a little bit of that spontaneity urge for them, where they want to be out and they want to do something and something new. And the creative, yeah, I can see that too. And I think a lot of that is just a strong perceiving function is going to lend itself to that a little bit more. Now, the INFP. If you've been watching this channel and in the comments for any length of time, you'll see me interacting with INFPs, because I know there's a bunch of you watching. I love you. I really do. INFPs they're just some of the coolest people out there. They're like INFJs in so many ways that just kind of get it, and you're just like way more chill than we are. But look at the picture. Come on. I think it's true. I totally go with this one. Free-spirited and kind. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, let me know if you agree, INFPs out there, but I think this one's, I think it nailed you. ESFJ as an elephant, gentle and caring. I would totally agree with this one. Seriously. That external feeling for ESFJs is like, kapow, man. That is like really, really strong. And the urge to take care of others and take care of people and kind of take care of the herd, so to speak, is also really, really strong. Plus, if you get a bunch of ESFJs together, it does kind of feel like an extroversion stampede. They can be extroverted. They need a lot of that. That's part of the care guide for your ESFJ, is make sure that there's people around constantly. The ISFJ, territorial and protective. Triggered you ISFJs out there. Let me know. What do you think? I'm not really sure. I don't really think I've interacted with many ISFJs at all. I don't think I have. And so I just want to make sure I'm reading this right. Yeah, territorial and protective. As a rhino, I don't know. What do you think? Are you a rhino, my ISFJ friends out there? Perhaps you are. Perhaps you're not. ESFP. Who doesn't love a dolphin? Like, wrong or right, I mean, I want to hang out with you just because of that picture. So there's that. Perhaps you are that dolphin. I don't know, like Flipper, right? And the ISFP, harmless and sensitive. You're kittens, little ISFPs. How cute is that? I have a problem referring to any type as something overly aggressive or like overly, like why isn't it just Hello Kitty? Like you might as well just put Hello Kitty up there for them. And I don't think I don't think that would be totally accurate. There's at least like a house cat or something that's like, just fully grown, not like some little kitten that's just chasing a dot around or something like that. I don't know. If you're the ISFP out there, please let me know. What do you think? Are you this thing? Which brings us to INFJ. So this meme puts us up here as a panda. I'm a panda. He's a panda. What are you going to do, big guy? Sit on me? Wrong. It's just wrong. INFJs are not pandas. We're not just like lazy bamboo munchers that just don't really care about our surroundings. I mean, okay, maybe they nail it on the whole external sensing thing because we tend to bump into stuff and, it can be a little clumsy from time to time. I don't know. But I would totally disagree. And I'm going to make my case right now that your INFJ, there is no better animal, no better species of creature out there than the octopus. Now I'm wondering how many of you knew I was going to say this. And there's a bunch of reasons why. And I've got a bunch of facts about the octopus, and I'm going to give you some of these facts and tell you why it is very much similar to INFJ, typical INFJ behavioral traits. So some octopus facts for you. They're active predators and they need to explore, understand, and remember their environment and the behavior of other animals. To me, that sounds like something that I would do constantly and probably subconsciously. That sounds a lot like intuition to me. I don't know if you're just like this. As an INFJ, you can people watch. As long as you're not in the middle of it, you can sit back and just observe behavior and see what it's like and see how they act and interact and what different people are doing and try to think about. I mean, I do this all the time where I'm sitting there and I'd be seeing people going by, whether it's like in a mall or a coffee shop or something like that, and instantly wonder about that person's life and what do they do? What have they been through? What kind of things do they like or dislike? What sort of experiences have they had? What is their history like? All of these things flood into it just by looking at some of their behavioral traits. I love to people watch, and I'm not sure if that is something that is all INFJs or if that is just something that I've grown to enjoy doing. I don't like being there amongst lots of people where it is, go around the room and introduce yourself. That's not okay. But that observing nature of an octopus is very much INFJ-like in my estimation. The next one is, an octopus is very solitary. And we are introverts, and we tend to be very solitary as well. And so around their den, they'll hide in there, they stay in there, and that's kind of where their life is. They will move around, and they like to roam, and they like to explore. They're very curious animals naturally. And I think that is kind of like us. We need our space. And that space is very much ours, whether it is a room in the house or whether it is a specific place or space somewhere, or even a particular headspace that we have to get into. And that is something that is very much in line with an INFJ's internal world. And so, yeah, I think it's very much octopus-like for us. Also, did you know that some species of octopus will actually collect shells and different things and place it around their lair or whatever it is that they're hiding in, their little hidey home. And they almost decorate it like a garden. And it's sort of just this weird behavior. I don't know if they fully understand it, but they like to place these things around them. And they need, I think, that different kind of visual stimulation and those kinds of different things. Some of them will actually carry around shells, put it over their heads to protect themselves. So they use tools, but they also like their space a certain way. So they're particular. I don't know. Raise your hand if you're a particular INFJ. On the flip side of this, when an octopus is in a non-stimulating environment, it will often eat itself. This is gross, right? And I'm not saying that INFJs are going to sit here and we're going to chew our own arm off because we're bored. I mean, yeah, it depends on how bored. But think of it in these terms. That's destructive behavior. Now, let me know if you think there's an INFJ out there that is in an environment that is stressful that resorts to destructive behavior. They're INFJs, man. Octopus is an INFJ. I'm just saying. Never mind the fact that a lot of people think that octopus have come to Earth from like an alien planet because of how weird they are. Like that's the most obvious one, obviously, that dovetails into being an INFJ. Another one is that octopus are venomous. No, well, that's great. I mean, sometimes as an INFJ, and if you've seen the door slam video, you understand my thoughts on that whole thing, but there is something to it. There's a point where we kind of can't take it and we'll sort of snap and some venom can come out because we have an issue with those words flying out of our face and then instantly regretting everything that we said. Venom. Yep. And you have something like the mimic octopus, which can actually change its shape and color to mimic another creature. Obviously, they do it with objects. They change the texture on their skin. Now, again, do you know an INFJ with identity issues? Maybe? Are you one of them? Have you ever had a hard time nailing down exactly who it is you are as an INFJ because of all of that external stimulation and external feeling and focusing on other creatures, so to speak? So do you have a shape? Or are you absorbing your shape because of all of the influence of others? And how difficult is that to figure out sometimes? It's pretty octopus-like, I'm just saying. Also, I mean, octopus have suckers. And sometimes INFJs can be suckers. It's true. Congratulations, and I'm sorry. 2 more facts to illustrate my theory that the INFJ is the octopus. When discovered or threatened, an octopus will squirt out blank ink and run away. You guys made me ink. You had to know there was going to be a Nemo reference in there. You had to. Don't we do this too? When somebody or something, there's conflict and there's some kind of behavior that lashes out to you, you get defensive and you run and you hide. It's what happens when a situation is intense and emotions are intense. You just want to go. So here's the cloud of black ink. I'm out. I'll be in my hidey hole with my little shells chewing on my arm if you need me. The last fact, I think, is the most important one to illustrate why your INFJ is basically an octopus. And that is the fact that an octopus has 3 hearts. 3 hearts on that octopus. 1 pumping blood through the body and 2 pumping blood through gills so they can exist the way they do. 3 hearts. Now, doesn't it feel as an INFJ sometimes that you have 3 hearts? One of them totally fulfilled, idealistic, just loaded with love. One of them perpetually broken. And then another heart that has no idea what the fuck is going on. It really feels like that sometimes. Like the biggest heart ever is in there. And then the next moment, it's just all melancholy and sadness. That's the broken heart that's just kind of hanging out at the same time. And then you got the other heart in there that's just like, I don't know. What? Congratulations, and I'm sorry. I know. I say it all the time. It's a thing. So there's that. So folks, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I have enjoyed making this for you and going over some of these ridiculous facts. I'm certain we're having fun in the chat window, wherever it is, and doing that. And please, write down there in those comments. Let me know what you think about the animal that this meme pegged you as, some of your traits, if you've encountered or have friends that are like some of these types. Do you view them that way? I genuinely want to know, because a lot of these memes are they're totally hit or miss. And I think some of these are way off. And I think some of these seem kind of spot on. So Is it meaningful at all? No. This is MBTI entertainment, just like anything that has a title like 16 personalities, this, that, and the other. It's just a way to sort of poke some fun and have some self-deprecating humor time with your own type. So, my fellow alien octopi out there, as well as all of my other wonderful types, I hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed talking to you through this whole thing. And hey, maybe we should do this again. So I will catch you very, very soon. And thank you so much for watching.